Okay, hi everybody. So this is our final project demo, similar to what I did in class, but I'm going to make two videos. This is going to be a quick collage video, just to review how to make the collage for the final project. And then the next video will just be what we're going to do next, like so the painting of it. So what you're going to do is you're going to collect a bunch of materials. So I have a brown paper bag that I tore up, just some scrap purple paper. I think it was an envelope. You could use envelopes from the mail, like bills, different mailers you get. All those political campaigns these days have all the bright colored mailers. Magazines with text. You can use newspapers, black and white newspapers. You can even cut up old drawings. So if you don't have like a lot of magazines, you can really use anything. If you don't have, you can also just make a drawing. I posted some student examples on Blackboard that show you that you can also do it with a drawing. Like you can just make a drawing from your imagination instead of making a collage from your imagination. Sometimes collages are just easier because it gives you things to work with. So I'm going to start on a piece of paper, blank piece of paper, and I'm going to fill in the entire page so there's no white showing. So you want to make a background and you want to make a foreground. So for my foreground, I'm going to use this paper. Even though it has a figure on it, I'm not going to use that part. You go like this. So you start to fill in this big area. Something like that. You could even use Post-it notes if you wanted. I have a bunch of Post-it notes here. Just to make like an interesting piece for your collage, and you could even cut these so they fit. Right there. So you want to create the foreground, the part that the figures stand on, and the background. So that's one way you can do it. You can just use all kinds of found pieces to kind of fill that in. And then you're going to start putting imagery down. So the imagery can be figures, could be objects, it can be drawings. So I'm going to use this. I found this in my studio. I was starting a collage. So this will be my foreground. This will be my background. What I'm going to do is I cut a bunch of pieces out of the magazine. And I'm just going to start gluing them. So I used a lot of facial features from different faces. So you see I got two different eyes, a different mouth, and I added hair from a different photo. And then I created this kind of like viney necklace. This is all collage. These are all different pieces that I glued together. So you want to glue your collage down. I'm going to put it right there. That's kind of in the middle ground. And that's really large. Then I'm going to cover it up with this little dress. So I want this to be I want you guys to think about using disparate parts. So things that don't normally fit. Think about humor. Think about things that would look ridiculous together and maybe try putting those together. This is using your imagination, but starting with the collage kind of helps instigate your imagination. Like I would never think to draw this, but now that I have it in a collage, it's like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And then I could use a piece of my brown paper bag. You just want to think about large, medium, and small shapes. They don't have to make sense. Like I'm just working abstractly. I'm not even thinking about what this is. I'm thinking color, color, shape, and size. So creating a variety of things using color, shape, and size. And then I think last week in the class demo, I cut out this like purple hand. I thought that would be fun to use, and it's okay if it goes off the page. So you see it's going to go off the page like here. That's totally fine. I want it to be like this. I kind of like it coming in from up above. It's kind of creepier. Make sure that doesn't get stuck there. So thinking about adding different figures, different color. The color doesn't matter because you guys can make up your own colors in your paintings if you want, but it's nice starting with a collage is a little bit easier than just starting from your imagination, because it gives you things that you automatically have to work with and you don't have to like, think about it too much. So you can just have fun and make a collage, and then it'll become a really interesting painting. I can cut up drawing to add some pattern and texture. Okay, so that's my collage just for now. You can work even more on it. I'm just, for the sake of time, that's what I'm going to start with. Something else you can use if you have like colored duct tape or colored masking tape, you could also use tape to create parts of the collage. So it kind of starts to create a rhythm of like shapes that are moving through the throughout the page, and you think about what's coming closer to you and what's further away. So this is all really right in the foreground. This is a little smaller and moved up, so it looks a little further away. And then when you're placing objects up top, it's a little further away. But I started with a foreground and a background, and I covered the entire white page. So you don't see any white of the paper showing. So watch the next video to see the paint study.